Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue working on our Tamiya Lotus Europa Special RC Car Kit. We're going to be working on steps 19 through 22, which are the front and rear dampers. For step 19, we're going to put together the rear dampers, then mount them on the chassis in step 20. Then we're going to do the same for the front dampers in steps 21 and 22. This is going to be a shorter video than the others. Let's start by finding the Bc13 Springs. And they're going to be these yellow ones right here. If you're wondering, I believe these are medium stiffness. And they're going to be shorter than the ones in front. All of the damper parts are going to be on the C trees. These are the C15s. These are the C7s. C6. C5. And C12. Let me cut them all out. First, grab the damper body, C6. Notice there's a notch here. Then we're going to take the damper cap, C15, and line up this hole with the notch. I don't know if you can see that or not. Then we're going to take the damper collar, C7, and push it into this hole. And it goes all the way down like it's part of the cap. Then grab the preload spacer, C5, and slip it over the damper body, followed by the Bc13 spring and the damper body C12. We're going to push this in and do a full 360-degree turn, or until it stops. Make sure it's all locked together and push it to see if there's any binding. Then you have one completed damper. Make a second one the same way. Line up the notch with the hole in the cap. We're done with step 19, and now we can mount them onto the chassis. Let's start on step 20 by finding 4 of these BC7 step screws. They're going to be in this pouch from the C parts bag. And here they are. We also need to find the B8 spacers. Let's bring in the chassis. We're going to mount the top of the damper to this hole, and the bottom on this hole in the suspension arm, the one that's sticking out. I'm going to try to hold it like this. Just to be clear, this is the top of the damper and that's the bottom. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to put the step screw through the damper and then a spacer behind it, then fasten it to the suspension arm. Now I'm going to do the same for the top, except this time it doesn't need a spacer. We're just going to screw this onto the damper stay. I'm going to give it a squeeze. Alright, we're done on this side. Let's do the other one. This one really is difficult because the bottom arm can't flex away from the chassis that much. So if you're struggling, you can remove this screw pin and release the lower arm from the upright. Then you'll have plenty of room for the screwdriver. The top doesn't have the same problem, so it's pretty easy. Alright, we're done installing the rear dampers. Give both sides a test to make sure there's full range of motion. Let's move on to the front. The dampers in front are built exactly the same way, except it uses 2 different size step screws, and the spacers are different as well. I have these longer BC6 step screws and the shorter BC7 as well. All the damper parts are here. Let's start building. One last twist to hold everything together. Take a quick look. The top of the damper uses an F4 spacer and the bottom uses F5. These are the F4s and these are the F5s. I'm going to keep them separated. So again, we're going to attach the bottom of the damper first. I'm going to use an F5 spacer and the longer Bc13 step screw as well. So the damper bottom is going to attach here. And the top of the damper will attach to this hole. This side looks good. There we go. Everything's looking really good. I really like the front end of the M-06. Alright, that's it for today's video. We put together and mounted the front and rear dampers. And I would say we are more than halfway done with this kit. The next video is going to be all about the electronics. That's always everybody's favorite. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.